Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of One Take because life has no rehearsals. As many of you know, I used to be a photographer, a professional photographer. I'm an amateur photographer, I'm a good photographer, but basically, I love photography. And when it comes to Miami, there's only two photographers in all of Miami who have been active on the cusp, people that are the standard of photography. And today we're lucky to bring my friend Kiko Ricote, who is one of those photographers. When you talk about photography in Miami, Kiko is inescapable. He basically represents Miami in photography. So, Kiko, thank you very much for joining us. It's a real pleasure.
It's a pleasure to be here too for me.
Well,
That somebody recognized the many years that I have been here.
I'm sure you have tons of clients that recognize the many years of photography and
Yeah.
quality. So let's begin with the obvious because we were talking about all of the changes in the photography industry. And I, I started photographing when I was 14 in high school, right? So that was like 56 years ago or something like that. I mean, like cameras were really primitive. You had to focus and you had to adjust stuff. And today, I own five cameras. One of them is a 6D, which is a full frame animal, goes to like 42,000 ISO, which was unheard of when we were young. So
Yeah.
you've seen a lot, but tell us, what have you seen that has really been seismic changes in the photography industry?
Well, I started as a model, working as a model when I was young. And then when I was 23, I picked up for the first time a camera. It was A1 Canon.
Oh, yes.
And, and I worked with Canon my whole life. I have been my whole life with Canon shooter. And for 20 years, I kept shooting. Basically, I shot Kodachrome. It was, I don't know why I liked the colors and I shot all transparencies. That was what I shot mostly. And then one day I met another photographer that he told me, look, the digital thing is the best. I said, well, I'm not going to change 20 years of my life for digital. He told me, the first time you shoot a shot with a digital camera, you will never go back. No, no, film it has a certain quality, a certain feel that I love. Well, he lent me the camera. I shot two shots, and I never looked back. I bought a Kodak, also a Kodak camera, and then
Those were
I
like 2
kept
megapixels or something like that.
that was 12 megapixels
Wow.
at this time because it was a two and a quarter format. So uh, I kept shooting with that, but then 35 millimeters digital came out, and I threw basically all that. I sold it for, I think, $500, and at this time it cost me like 20,000. It was very expensive to get into digital. Then I went into two and a quarter. Well, I already shot two and a quarter in film many years, like 15 years only. I didn't even have a 35 millimeters. I only shot with two and a quarter. And then digital 35 came out, and that was it. That was the thing. I bought all the camera, all the Canon. Every time Canon had a new camera, I bought it. And well, the other big change that came along was Photoshop, and then also the biggest change for me was Lightroom, where you can download everything and fix it and just do some little touches in Photoshop. But that was the biggest change that I experienced, the Lightroom.
That's
I
super
think
interesting.
I think I
That is
was
very
one
interesting.
kind of photographer before, and then another kind of photographer when Lightroom came out.
Okay, so let's go into the Lightroom thing for a moment. So I don't use Lightroom. I use something else. It is called ACDC 24 Pro or something like that. It's pretty much the same thing. But you're right, and I had never thought about it before. When you and I were kids and we used to take film, We used to develop the damn things, and then we would hang them, and then you have to look at the frames one by one and all that. Lightroom works the same way that ACDC. I mean, we go in and we do bulk changes. Like
Yeah.
wow. Tell me more about how that changed your business model.
Well, the first thing was organizing my files because before I had a mess of files all over the place, and when I got Lightroom, you are able to put, for instance, today I was looking some pictures, and you just put the two first letters of the word, and all what you have in archives with these two letters comes in 1 second. So it's a very big advantage. And then what you were saying, you are able to change one thing and change all the images that you shot exactly the same in 1 second. That's a big plus. And then you edit it in Photoshop and it keeps it in the same spot, and it's the best thing that I ever encountered in photography.
So another question about that, because again, it's more how we have evolved, I guess, as photographers. It used to be like if you do something right, then it used to be kind of final, and at the very beginning, especially Photoshop, you would not experiment that much, or you would have to copy files onto themselves, that kind of thing. One of the things I discovered with ACDC, and you probably do the same thing as a professional in Lightroom. Yes, we make copies so we can make different variations, but at the same time, we tend to be freer because it is a non-destructive program. So we can
That's the
always say,
best.
you know, go back, go
Yeah,
back.
that's the best. Before, all the changes that you had to do, they were lost. No,
And now,
I have been shooting 45 years now, so I'm almost 46, and well, I still have fun, but mostly what I shoot is corporate. I shoot healthcare. I shoot hotels. I started shooting fashion because since I was working as a model, I had a Dutch girlfriend that she was beautiful, and I started shooting her. And the modeling agencies saw her pictures, and they told me, do you want to shoot more models?" And that's how I started. I started when I was 23, 24.
and of course, not to mention, you know, the rope in the, as we say in Spanish, la soga en la casa del ahorcado, the rope on the house of somebody who's just being hung. But let's talk about for a moment about this,
How this thing changed
because
things?
this I don't think it changed photography that much, even though in my phone I got a 50 megapixel setting. I mean, I take 50 megapixel pictures, which is amazing, because even with my 6D takes 24 megapixels. Of course, they're really big megapixels and they're perfect and all of that. But how did you find that changed the photography business, and what did you do to adapt to it?
Well, the first thing is that everybody has a camera, and
Yeah,
so everybody considers themselves photographers.
I,
But
yeah.
but well, I think to tell you the truth, I never use the camera on the phone. I probably have 200 shots in my phone, and basically they are mostly my family pictures because I never use it.
But
I,
surely that changed your photography business aspect a lot. I mean,
of
I
course.
used to own a franchise called Portrait Effects, and one of the things, school photography died because of this. So how did you adapt to that change? Because everybody indeed takes pictures, but you still need to do you still need a business. What did you do?
Well, I keep, the secret that I had the last 10 years, is that I always produce every month. I produce a new image that is, is saying what I can do with my photography. So I always look for. I try to do campaigns. For instance, I did. The last one was disconnect to connect, and it was exactly what we are talking about. Everybody has the phone in their hand and is not connecting with the people around. So I did a series of that, and I did, for instance, the the 10 green commandments and things like that. And this is what I send to my clients every month. I send one, but lately, well, things have changed so much that it's difficult to keep with the business. Unless that you are really, like I have a big studio, and then, well, people know me by that, and when they need to shoot in the studio they call me, but every time it's less and less. I think AI is going to make us change the way we see the photography business.
Oh well,
This,
yeah. Yeah, so AI has, for me anyway, changed three things immensely. One of them is, of course, I use Synthesia, and Synthesia is an AI editor of avatars to do, training videos and all of that. I use it. I love it. Then I've been using software like Sora to create videos from nowhere. And then, of course, I've seen a lot. I haven't tried them yet. I've seen a lot of AI driven photo editing software. Have you used it? What do you think of it?
to tell you the truth, in that I am not an expert in AI. I should start getting more into that because, well, photography business is going to disappear. This is what I think.
As a business?
As a business, it's going to disappear. Uh, Especially like last time, a client called me and he told me that he wanted a shot at the beach with a dog, and I said, "How much money do you have?" Well, the truth is, I don't have much money. Then let's do it in AI, because there is no, and we did. I did 3 tryouts, and he loved one, and I couldn't even charge him because I said this is so easy to do that I couldn't even charge him.
Wow.
So things are going to change so much that I think the photography business is going to disappear.
Well, two things shocked me. I went to the some kind of finance meeting in at the Billmore, Coral Gables, and there was somebody actually taking pictures of the event, like pictures, which shocked me. I hadn't seen that in ages. So on the one hand, it might be that it doesn't die. On the other hand, I went to another event at Mana Tech last week, and the official person who was shooting videos of the crowd, not so they had a video. It was a TV program, right? So they had a video, but the girl who was shooting, you know, videos of the event for later publication, stills, she was using a phone.
Yeah,
So, and about 3 years ago, I shot a music video with a phone, and the light came from another phone. So it was like, so
following.
yeah, I mean, like, I guess from a business perspective, um, it must be worrying. But on the other hand, you have, like a really good business shooting hotels, health companies, like, I don't think you could do that with a phone, right?
No, you can't. But every time, if they are able to do a shot in AI without using a photographer, they are going to do it. They are not going to spend, $3,000 a day to shoot something that they can reproduce in AI. In my case, well, since I am shooting hotel rooms and lobbies and things like that, they still need me. But for all other things, for advertising and for things like that, they just make a couple enjoying, an afternoon in the beach or something like that, and they do that in AI perfectly. It's coming. It's not yet there, but it's coming soon, very soon.
I guess, yes. I haven't had the best experience with image GPTs. Like, I'll go into Chat GPT and I'll say, I need an illustration of, let's say, a bartender, blah, whatever. I don't know, man. It takes forever. I don't. It doesn't follow the instructions that well.
It's coming. It's coming very soon.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll be at the beach or something by the time it comes. Right.
Well, I am also 68 years old now, and probably soon I'm going to retire. So I'm going to leave that for the next generation.
You're a baby. What are you talking about? 68. I don't even remember 68. Wait. Okay. So let's say you're talking to or advising a CEO or a CMO. They're interviewing people and they have older candidates, they have younger candidates. What do you think would be some of the advantages of hiring an older candidate for like a company, for like a real, business?
Well, the way I always sell myself is that I am quick. I know what I'm doing. I don't need to spend, you know, half a day to do a couple of shots. I do that in a couple of hours. I do everything because I have the experience. I know exactly where to put the lights, where to, how to move people, how to frame it. So this is the advantage that they will have if they hire a guy like me. I'm fast. I can achieve much more than most of photographers do in a day. I can say that I can do almost double because I know what I need to do. This is the
Great.
advantage of the experience.
No, that's perfect. Well, Kiko, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I
Thank
appreciate your
you.
taking your time off on a President's Day when you should be enjoying the beach. So thank you, and hope to
We
see
keep
you
in
around.
touch.
Yes. Take
Okay.
care.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye
Bye.
bye.